You know that feeling when your alarm goes off and your first instinct is to hit snooze? When your hand reaches for your phone before your eyes are even open, and within 30 seconds you're drowning in emails, notifications, and everyone else's demands before you've even had a moment to remember what you wanted for yourself, that moment right there, that's where most people lose the day. Not because they're lazy, not because they don't care, but because they never learned the first rule of winning. The morning doesn't happen to you. You happen to the morning. And if you let the morning happen to you, you will spend the rest of the day reacting instead of creating, responding instead of leading, surviving instead of thriving. But there's a different way. There's a way to own the first hours of your day so completely that by the time most people are just waking up, you've already built a foundation that nothing can shake. I've studied the routines of the most disciplined people on the planet, and I've distilled it down to 7 rules. 7 non-negotiable rules that will transform your morning and your life before 8 a.m. Let's begin. Rule number 1. Stop sleeping with your phone. I know you've heard this before, but let me tell you why you're still ignoring it. When your phone is the first thing you see in the morning, you are handing the keys to your mind to everyone else. Your brain in the first few minutes after waking is in a theta state, highly suggestible, deeply impressionable. Whatever enters your mind in that window sets the tone for your entire day. So when you open Instagram and see someone's highlight reel, your brain immediately starts comparing. When you open email and see Gongzo Yaoqiu, your brain shifts into stress mode before you've even taken a breath. When you open the news, your brain starts absorbing fear and chaos before you've had a single moment of peace. Keep your phone in another room. Use an actual alarm clock. Let your first moments of the day belong to you, not to the world demanding your attention. Rule number 2. Drink water before anything else. You just went 8 hours without hydration. Your body is dehydrated. Your brain is running on fumes. And what do most people do? Coffee. Straight to caffeine, bypassing the most basic need of the human body. Water is not just hydration. It is a signal. It tells your body that you are awake, that you are present, that you are taking care of the foundation before you build anything on top of it. 1 glass of water, room temperature. Before anything else passes your lips, this simple act changes everything. It wakes up your organs, clears your mind, and sets a pattern of self-respect that carries through the rest of your day. You wouldn't build a house on cracked concrete. Don't build your day on a dehydrated body. Rule number 3. Make your bed. I know this sounds small. That's exactly why it matters. The first thing you do when you start your day is complete a task. A small task, yes, but a completed task. And completion creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence, and confidence creates action. When you make your bed, you are telling yourself something powerful. I am someone who finishes what I start. I am someone who brings order to chaos. I am someone who takes care of the small things so the big things have a foundation to stand on. Admiral William McRaven said it best. If you want to change the world, start by making your bed. He wasn't being poetic. He was being strategic. Because the discipline to do the small things is the same discipline that will carry you through the hard things. Rule number 4. Sit in silence before you consume anything. This is where the real magic happens. Before you check your phone, before you turn on music, before you talk to anyone, before you do anything, sit. 5 minutes, 10 minutes if you can. No distractions, no input, just you and the silence. Most people are terrified of this. They reach for noise the second they wake up because the silence forces them to sit with themselves. But here's what happens in those minutes of silence. You remember who you are. You remember what you actually want, not what everyone else wants from you. You hear your own thoughts instead of the echo of other people's opinions. You build the mental stillness that will carry you through the chaos of the day. This is not as meditation in the spiritual sense, though it can be. This is mental hygiene. This is giving your brain a chance to wake up on its own terms before the world starts screaming at it. Rule number 5, move your body before you make a single decision. Decision fatigue is real. Every choice you make drains a small amount of mental energy. And when you wake up and immediately start making decisions, what to wear, what to eat, what to reply to, what to prioritize, you are burning that energy before your engine is even warm. So here's the rule. Before you make any significant decision, move, stretch, go for a walk, do push-ups. Whatever it is, get blood flowing, oxygen moving, energy circulating. Movement wakes up your nervous system. It shifts you from the passive state of sleep to the active state of doing. And when you move first, you make decisions later, from a place of clarity, not grogginess. You'll find that the decisions you make after movement are sharper, faster, and more aligned with what actually matters. Rule number 6, eat for fuel, not for comfort. Your first meal sets the trajectory for your energy, your focus, and your mood for the rest of the day. And yet most people eat whatever is convenient, sugar, carbs, processed food that gives them a spike of energy followed by a crash before noon. Here's what the people who win their mornings understand. Food is information. What you put into your body tells your cells how to function. Protein, healthy fats, slow-burning energy. That's what builds focus. That's what builds stability. Not the donut that feels good for 3 minutes and leaves you sluggish for 3 hours. This isn't about diet culture. This is about respecting your body enough to fuel it like the engine it is. You wouldn't put low-grade fuel in a high-performance car. Stop putting it in yourself. And rule number 7, do one hard thing before you do anything easy. This is the rule that separates the people who talk about discipline from the people who actually have it. Before you check social media, before you watch YouTube, before you do anything comfortable or entertaining, do one thing that requires effort. Cold shower. 10 minutes of focused work on your most important goal. Reading a chapter of a challenging book. Writing down your 3 priorities for the day. The specifics don't matter. What matters is that you teach yourself a lesson every single morning. I do not run from hard things. I face them first. And when you face the hard thing first, everything else that follows feels easier. Your brain releases dopamine from the accomplishment. Your confidence rises, and you move through the rest of your day knowing that you've already done something that most people will avoid all day long. 7 rules. That's it. Nothing complicated. Nothing that requires wealth or privilege or special circumstances. Just choices. Simple, repeatable, powerful choices. And here's what happens when you follow them consistently. You stop waking up in reaction mode. You stop feeling like the day is happening to you. You stop starting from behind, scrambling to catch up, wondering why you feel exhausted before noon. Instead, you wake up with intention. You move through your morning with clarity. You step into your day already having won, not because you did anything extraordinary, but because you did the small things that most people are too distracted to do. The morning is not just a time of day, it is a metaphor. It is the first chapter of your story. And every single day, you get to write it. Most people let someone else write their first chapter. Their boss, their notifications, their fears, their habits. They wake up and the pen is already in someone else's hand. But you have a choice. Tomorrow morning, when that alarm goes off, remember these 7 rules and decide right now that you are going to be the one holding the pen. The question is not whether you can do it. The question is whether you will. Make the choice tonight before you close your eyes. Decide that tomorrow morning you win and then do it again and again and again. Because winning the morning isn't a one-time event, it's a practice. And the people who practice it, they don't just win mornings, they win lives. If you're ready to stop letting your mornings control you and start owning them instead, hit that subscribe button. Because on this channel, we rise in silence and we rise first. And if one of these 7 rules hit home for you, drop it in the comments below. Let's build this discipline together.